Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Sport Aces podcast. To the right of me, we have Anthony. To the left of me, we have Tom. And thank you for another episode for you joining us. Of course, you see the all the Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe to us and our Twitter page, man. Just give us a follow, and just go ahead and grab some merchandise. Hometown Worldwide, as you see on my chest. So yeah, definitely cut the merch, man. Oh, well, since we got that out the way, oh man, the news today, it's a great Monday. Not so great
Is it?
for both of you guys. You guys definitely predicted that Woody would fuck it up. And of course, as usual for the Jets, he fucked it up for you guys. So how do you guys feel about that? Because I was I was surprised. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be fun.
You shouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, we were not surprised. This was we saw this coming.
Well, because I saw like the Jets had it was a good meeting. Like they had good meetings with Derek Carr. I'm like, oh wow, maybe that will happen. False hope.
First meeting went great. It was him, Saleh, Hackett. I mean, Hackett could have screwed it up, but then they met with Woody a few days later, and he got his conniving fingers in there and his stupid bald head, and he fucked it up per usual.
And now the Saints have a quarterback.
I talked to my dad.
They
about
roster
this,
look kind of like their weapons. So far.
No. The Saints are in such a bad division. They'll come out with like 10
wins.
They
look pretty all right.
That right there might win them the division.
Yeah.
No, they'll win 6 games in the division.
Yeah, it depends.
It's bad.
It depends what the Panthers do.
Give him Rodgers at this point. I don't even want him.
No,
I don't want any more free agency.
If we get Rodgers, we're just repeating the same cycle of when
old washed
we were
up
bad.
QBs.
We got Favre.
Man, y'all really is in purgatory.
No, we're literally just like
we're in QB purgatory forever.
We're in groundhog.
We're never gonna
day.
get somebody
We're
ever.
in literal groundhog day. We're repeating it all over and over.
You guys have like the worst luck of quarterbacks. Like ever since Joe Namath, y'all just had the worst luck of quarterbacks. You guys, the Lions had the worst luck of quarterbacks. There's a couple of teams.
Lions still had Stafford though. I don't.
Yeah, no, we haven't had any.
We haven't had a Stafford caliber player.
Well, I think it's just because I think Stafford get a bad look because I think
he does.
His teams wasn't as good. I think people just didn't understand like the franchise ran bad. I think for you guys, it's kind of like it's just ownership.
I don't understand. I don't understand though. We've always historically had great success with defensive linemen. We've had plenty of great defensive linemen. Good cornerbacks.
I think it's just the team. I think when I think of the Jets, you're always known for a great defense.
That is true.
Offensively,
gangrene.
I think for y'all offense, I think y'all just need a decent quarterback. If y'all get a decent quarterback, now rushing attack, y'all can make moves. Y'all can
understand it though. How every time we pick a top 5 quarterback, it goes wrong. It's not these guys are all like Sam Darnold was supposed to be great. Sanchez was supposed to be great.
I'm gonna be honest.
USC, bro. Why we keep going back to these unknown schools?
I'm gonna be honest. If we're gonna go back, I would say when y'all had Chad Pennington, it was just injuries.
He was good. He was good.
It was just injuries. It was just injuries for him. Then when y'all got Mark Sanchez, I ain't believe Mark Sanchez was a top quarterback. I thought he was.
You were right about that.
I just felt like he was a second round talent, me personally. But y'all was just looking for the guy that looked like give you the Namath type vibe. I think I think ownership, or I think just in general, I think fans want a Namath type of character to come. Play for the Jets.
Want to sell something in New York. They want
to get sucked. Like we've been over this.
I think because when you think of New York City, you guys in the big market, and like when y'all in the big market, you want to have a character that really portrays more than life outside of the team. Like, look at your defensive side of the ball. Like, you have Sauce Gardner. Everybody loves Sauce Gardner. He brings a certain swag to his game. He brings a certain style. Like Sauce Gardner. Like, nobody don't know his real name is Ahmad, but Sauce Gardner sounds dope because the swag he's bringing to the field. And like, you want to have a quarterback that can bring that swagger to the offensive side of the ball, which is going to be tough because it's a lot of pressure, especially playing in any New York team. Yeah. It's a lot of pressure, in my personal opinion.
No, I agree. We just can never make the right decision. I don't know what it is.
At this point, I just think it has to be regarded as an organizational curse. Like it can't be anything because there's no way in the 50 years we've not drafted a guy and succeed, but somehow we just haven't done it. It's mathematically almost impossible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of our other draft picks have been good. For the most part, if we draft a position that's not quarterback, they're usually a Pro Bowler, like close to a Pro Bowler type of talent.
Do y'all think the NFLPA report card affected y'all decision? That affected card decision?
Maybe.
Cause that would
Honestly,
be very
we'll look at comparison between us and the Saints, and then that answers your question right there.
Well, the Saints is trash when it comes to nutrition.
Ours was not great. We were like 19 or 20.
We were bad.
Yeah, the Saints is trash when it comes to nutrition. Yeah, like a F. Wait, they have an F minus. Is that a thing?
Hey, I guess so. It's just that bad.
F minus is crazy.
Well, apparently, either Derek Carr, they either offered him something better there, or I think the Jets just didn't make the right offer. That has to be.
I will personally think it would probably be with the money. I think it's always with.
Well, what is the contract?
His was like 4-year, 150 with 100 guaranteed.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
That is almost $40 million a year.
It's hefty, but a lot of it's backloaded because they have no cap space right now.
That's what I'm saying. You mentioned that the Saints have like nothing. Negative cap space.
They're like negative like 30, even though they restructured 2 people today. They restructured Taysom Hill.
Have to.
Taysom Hill because he was making like 30 mil for some reason.
Yeah, because we went over this too.
He's enamored with Taysom Hill, and they restructured Demario Davis, former Jet.
Great Another player. Guy we let go. That was good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He was really good too.
And then speaking of with the signings, y'all see Derrick Henry's on the trade block.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's big. That just shoot right there. Titans they're done. They're going full rebuild.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's crazy
man.
though.
Any team that get
Derrick Henry though, he's gonna be worth probably 3 first rounders.
Yo, I'm trying to think. What are the teams that have like cap space to really get him?
I would say us, but we don't need him.
Yeah, and we got Brees.
The Bears.
They can use back.
But they have Montgomery.
He's free.
Yeah, that's true.
The Bears get Derrick Henry with Justin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Titans, but think about this. So the Titans put Henry on the block, right? That opens up the Bears to be like, oh, we'll offer you the number 1 pick for Derrick Henry.
Oh, that's
so the Titans
crazy.
could make a move to go to number 1 after what they saw. You know what? Crazy. It's kind of crazy because the day after, we're gonna talk about this later, but the day after Richardson has that big performance, now the whole news comes out that Derrick Henry's on the trading block. Maybe they want to move up and take him.
Derrick Henry in a first for 1.
That'd be interesting.
But then the Titans take Richardson as a project, put him behind Tannehill.
Malik Willis is just dead.
They're gonna dead Malik. Malik's gone.
But like, is you gonna really trade away Malik Willis though?
I mean, he didn't really show.
I feel like you have to trade him then.
Yeah.
You let him go. Yeah.
Someone will give you like a 4th.
I could be completely wrong, but that's just it's just the timing is really perfect. How the Titans were like, oh yeah, Henry's on the block right after Richardson has a good
it was just interesting because I just figured like okay, maybe they try to see what potential trades packages.
That's also true.
You know, they probably just throw out there, see, okay, let's see what we can get for him. See what teams is gonna really give us like the house for him.
It's just weird because the Titans like a couple years ago were contenders and they just fell out of favor so fast. I
would say
the AJ Brown trade just ruined it.
It's just because it's always going to go back to the ownership and the GM is what's their plan. Mm-hmm. And if their plan is let's rebuild from scratch, let's go ahead get rid of Derrick Henry, get that contract off. Let's go ahead rebuild. Let's get a fresh young quarterback.
Yeah.
And rebuild with that fresh young quarterback because Malik Willis then wasn't good.
He wasn't great.
So we're going to try to get him out, and then we're going to look for another quarterback in this draft class. Mm-hmm. I think the previous draft class, it wasn't really.
It was not great.
It wasn't like a quarterback heavy draft where it's like, I think a lot of teams was kind of like, we just going to get a quarterback just to have. Mm-hmm. I think the Malik Willis project, I think they could try it another year, but I think they just wanted to look at, okay, we're gonna trade Henry. But if they do get the number 1 pick, that would be very interesting to see what the Titans are gonna do with that, because I think the only people I feel like that's still top 2 quarterbacks is Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Anthony Richardson had a great combine, which we're gonna transition to the combine, which I understand, his combine numbers is ridiculous for a QB, but it's all about what can you do when there's 11 people on the field. People can look great. People can look great when you're throwing in there. That's just in general for any quarterback. Any quarterback look amazing when they're throwing in there. But when you got 5 offensive linemen blocking 4 defensive linemen or 5 guys, 6 guys, 7 guys in the box, it's a totally different vibe because you never know how people are overall.
I mean, the Titans, they just got a new GM, so it would make sense for them to work their way into a rebuild. Because Tannehill, just be honest, he's not great.
I just feel like, man, sometimes, man, you just gotta rebuild. And if you gotta rebuild and you gotta change the whole dynamic of your team, then you probably gotta change the whole dynamic of the team. I think I want to know if Mike Vrabel was in the conversations about doing the rebuild, because if he wasn't, then I kind of feel like then this might be the last days of Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I did see that on social media that Mike Vrabel might get the can because they're trying to rebuild. But I want to go back to the point where it's like, okay, so you see the Jaguars, right? They had the number 1 overall pick a few years ago, and there's a couple of generational talents. They got Lawrence. So maybe the Titans see that now. They're like, okay, Jacksonville's going to be good. Like, they're on the up and up.
Yeah.
And then this draft has a couple of pretty good good generational talent guys like that could be good, like Shroud, Young, and now Richardson with his talent. So like maybe they want to see what they can do.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think
have a Jacksonville Jaguars type of rebuild.
I think from like all the quarterbacks, from what I've seen, I think C.J. Stroud's the most NFL ready, because I
agree with that.
When you've seen the workouts, like even though he didn't run the 40, but when y'all see his workouts, when him throwing the ball, footwork, placement of the ball, it was just amazing.
He looked great.
He looked pretty great, and then it was throws that. It was pretty great throws. Now, I know Richardson was throwing like really long bombs, like 60-plus yard bombs, which was like, man, this guy really showing out. But, when you put on the game tape, I'm looking at, C.J. Stroud really, leading the team, having a great college career where, when you see Anthony Richardson, he had a couple great games, but there was games where he struggled against like some teams where he should have won the game. And then you season reflects it when you look at your record. So
that's correct.
Hopefully, the combine really gave scouts and GMs and coaches ideas of where they can go going forward into the NFL draft, because me personally, I think a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of analytics now in the NFL and the professional leagues, and I think they want to go ahead and say, oh, well, analytics wise, he'll be a great fit, but analytics don't do nothing. Numbers do lie.
Yeah.
Numbers do lie.
Yeah. Sure. So, in some contexts.
Yeah. So, they just need to keep evaluating. I know a lot of players' interviews went well. I know they said Bryce Young interviews went well. I know I think I seen a report that just said the Jets just met with Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
So hopefully, man, we see what's gonna happen next, man. We got the month of March and then April. NFL draft, baby.
Yeah, with Richardson, I feel like he's like a project type of guy. Like he's got obviously has all the physical gifts in the world. Can throw the ball, can run past anybody. It's like Cam Newton. Like they were comparing him to Cam Newton.
Yeah, because that's. I think I did say that one part. I think I said a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
that he's going to get the comparison as Cam Newton, because somebody that big, that size, that can run like that.
He's faster than Cam.
Faster than Cam. Jump as high as Cam, and broad jump was like Cam. It's kind of like, okay, we seeing the next Cam Newton. So, with the project, he can come in and be a starter.
That's what I'm saying. Cam Newton's an MVP. So
depending on what's the offensive scheme is, because
I think if whatever team takes Richardson,
he's got to sit.
He's got to either commit to him full time, throw him into the fire, like kind of like Trevor Lawrence, or you let him sit and develop. But the thing with Cam Newton is they threw him right in and he was good right away. So I feel like I know him and Richardson are not the same, but I don't know. I feel like it's
Cam was a Heisman candidate.
Well, I think
true.
A little different.
That's
and
true.
then I would say it's because Newton came in at a great time where he had the lockout season, which it was kind of a rough time for them with the lockout season. But the good thing about it, he had weapons around him. Like he had many weapons around him where he didn't have to worry too much about everything, because the year before they was last in offense.
Yeah.
And then when he came there, their offense went to skyrocket to number 1 with him being there. So
true.
It all depends on the offensive scheme and like what team he's getting drafted to, the offensive coordinator. Because certain teams, they can really play to the ability to the quarterback. Like you seen what the Titans did with Vince Young. Vince Young came to lead, and then you seen Vince Young. Vince Young was just having a phenomenal rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on overall what the teams he get drafted to. It depends on the offensive coordinator.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd like
I
to
like-
see him go
yeah.
into a situation almost like Mahomes did, where he sat behind a veteran who was willing to teach him. I think that's important. And a coordinator, he had Andy Reid teaching him how to read defenses, how to make all the right plays.
Yeah, it's really tough because in this market, you gotta figure out what team that will have a great coaching, but then they have a veteran quarterback that's almost out the door.
Well, it's like with the I feel like Richardson would fit well maybe in like Indianapolis because like they have a good running back. He could run like option plays just to get him like going screen routes to Taylor.
And you have great receivers.
You got Pittman, exactly.
Yeah, Pittman. Sometimes Campbell can go off. Sometimes he be inconsistent. But then you have other receivers that's pretty.
And with
decent
Indy, they
slots.
can get guys to come there. They could trade for some like decent veteran. Like Robert Woods is on the market, for example.
Yeah,
He's a good veteran receiver. Pick him up.
Definitely.
T.Y. Hilton's still there, even though he's. Oh, actually, no, he's not.
He's
Never
on
mind.
Dallas.
I forgot. Why did I forget he was on Dallas? He was
That was
so
so random.
unmemorable.
He had like
so
one
unmemorable.
He had his one catch.
So unmemorable. That's why I forgot.
Relax. Don't talk about my Cowboys. I just want to know what I feel like Jerry Jones. I mean, we put the tag on Tony Pollard today.
Made sense.
I think it makes sense.
Oh, really? You didn't do Schultz? It was reported that you guys were in Mike doing Schultz, but
we probably use that tag on Pollard. 'Cause I think
it's smart.
Jerry,
It's smart.
Jerry want both of them still. He still want that running back tandem.
Well, you guys let Schultz go now?
It's kind of tough.
I feel like you keep him. He's a top 5
He can get brought
pass
back.
catcher for tight ends.
You can bring him back.
I think he can. I think he'll come back.
He's gonna command a decent amount of money though.
Yeah,
He's been good.
he trying to get a deal, but I believe, in my personal opinion, I think we need to trade Galladay. But not Galladay, Gallup. Damn, why I think about Gallup?
Galladay.
It's the same letter.
Yeah, Gallup. I think we need to trade
I agree with
Gallup
that.
out of Dallas because I believe that we can find a better receiver. But in this draft class, I don't see no.
There really
receivers.
isn't.
I haven't seen no receivers that really stuck out to me.
Johnston from TCU is good, and Jalen Hyatt's apparently
like
been really
Jalen
good.
Hyatt.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt, but like I don't know if they're gonna fall down to 20.
No.
I mean,
well, Hyatt was protected late first round, so you never know.
Yeah.
Nah, we do get him. I mean, I would love that constellation.
With Lamb and Hyatt,
Yeah.
Yeah,
solid duo.
but I know it was reports saying that we might be in the trying to get Jalen Ramsey, but
yeah.
I kind of
that would be a crazy duo.
I kind
Him
of
and
doubt that's
Diggs.
gonna happen because you gotta really put like a good package to get.
It wouldn't cost
Ramsey.
that much because the Rams are very
Definitely gonna give him a first
Yeah.
rounder.
The Rams are.
Yeah.
I think you get away with a second
I think we can get like a second and fourth
because the Rams
and
want
like a player.
the Rams want to. I don't want to say rebuild, but they want to retool because they know that like they're in cap.
They
hell.
completely went all in, like literally
yeah.
all
I
in.
think-
I
I
have
think-
never seen it like this ever.
they
It's
push
a lot.
everything to
No,
the
it's a
middle.
no. It's a lot. It's a
It's
lot of teams
crazy.
that's starting to do that now, where they're
Yeah.
putting all their eggs in the basket. They're gonna go over the salary cap. We're gonna get this Super Bowl, and then when they win the Super Bowl, that Super Bowl hangover comes around, and it's like,
Tampa did it too.
yeah,
The Rams went crazy though.
yeah, like
The Rams
it
had like
plays a
no
big
first
role.
forever.
It's like the Nets, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like it's just crazy, man. And then speaking of the Nets, Mikal Bridges, man,
He looks nasty. He's nasty.
Bro,
Like-
like I told y'all, 26 points a game, 50, 90 shooting splits since he's been in Brooklyn. Last night he had 38 points on like 60, or no, he was up in like 80% shooting.
He's been an assassin in the
been
mid range.
balling.
He looked kind of like mini KD almost.
it's
That's crazy.
It's a hot take. It's a hot take.
That's a
though, like,
real hot take right there.
He's been killing it. He's been
He has.
like the off the dribble mid range pull ups. Those are KD.
Well,
moves.
he's getting about 17 shots a game in Brooklyn, which is an uptick from when he was getting
yeah.
in Phoenix. Obviously, he's the main guy there. So.
I think because now when you look at certain teams, I think it's like that for a lot of players. A lot of players when they go from a certain system to now you're being
Well, he's
labeled
the guy. Yeah.
Like now, like I think
Him and Dinwiddie are a good duo.
the Brooklyn Nets needed an identity once KD and Kyrie left, and then you have these guys coming in, and it's like mostly these guys was known as role players, and when it was known as role players, of course, somebody had to step up.
I would say Mikal was a little bit more than a role player just because he was around like 17 a game this year. Obviously he was a defensive guy, but like he was still putting up like third option. Actually, no, he was the second option on that team really before KD got there because Aiden's up and down.
Yeah,
him and Aiden could be both second options.
Chris Paul's just passive.
Chris Paul's just fast first now. He doesn't score.
Yeah. I mean, just Chris Paul just want to be a facilitator as normal now. So I mean, I don't blame him, but
he needs to be putting on more assists than like 6.
He just want to dominate, and I know that's why I think the Brooklyn Nets is going to still be a 6 seed or maybe a 7 seed, depending on how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah, they had a good enough start to the season where they can afford to lose games and still be in.
Yeah. We talk about the hottest team in basketball, though.
The Knicks are officially the hottest. They are the hottest team.
So I have a question for you, because since you're a Knicks fan, I seen this on the broadcast, bro.
Yeah.
Broadcast boys.
Broadcast boys on TikTok.
Yeah, so
they're fire.
Like, do you feel like you just fell out of love with RJ Barrett?
I've been out of love with RJ Barrett.
Hey, he had a good game last night.
No, but like, why? Like, I just want to know.
Because he has no bag. He has no. His go-to move is catch the ball on the right wing, drive left. If teams would stop that, he won't score the ball. He can't shoot off the dribble. He's a crappy defender. He's barely a good spot-up shooter. He's a role player. I mean, he's been the same guy for 4 years, and he hasn't gotten any better at anything.
So, like, then I got another question to ask you, man, because like this is. Cause I really want to get the mindset of like the New York Knicks fans. Like, why is it hard for star players why do star players don't want to go to New York? Like, I just want to get your opinion. Because I know it's like Dolan's the problem.
It's the same thing with the Jets, though.
Yeah, I mean, like Dolan is a lot of the problem.
Well, no, it's totally different. Because I feel like the Jets problem.
Well, it's similar situations. Because like no players want to go to the Jets unless they're old and washed.
Kinda, but like
same with the Knicks.
Kinda, but like it was a run where like when Rex Ryan was there, like it was kind of like the trend to kind of go to the Jets.
But they were all old and washed up.
Yeah, but still Rex Ryan though. He kind of made everybody's career like go back to like a couple years.
I mean, yeah,
back.
he brought Bart Scott and Cromartie.
LT had like a good year.
LT had an okay year, but
a good year.
I'm saying we signed
running back at his age.
We signed stars for a year 2 max, and then they leave.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
The Knicks is a little different though. Dolan is definitely a problem. There's been a negative stigma around the Knicks, almost like the Jets, honestly, where it's like the Knicks have been bad for a while. But even when like Melo was here, no one really wanted to come. Like there's just this thing in the building where it's just like
I heard y'all fumbled that fucking LeBron signing.
He wasn't coming. He wanted to play with Wade and Bosh. They were gonna go to the Heat, or they were gonna go to Chicago. They were not coming to New York.
Imagine Chicago.
They were gonna. They wanted to go to Chicago.
Because then you legit had to have those debates where LeBron or Michael in Chicago, and then Chicago fans were.
If they went to Chicago, they would have been Derrick Rose.
The cap was the problem.
The cap wouldn't have worked. They would have been way too much money.
It wasn't even Rose. It was,
or what did they just?
Joakim Noah.
No. It was Rose, Joakim Noah, and LeBron.
Well, because you would have think about this, it would have been Rose, Wade, LeBron, Bosh, and Joakim Noah on the same team. You can't afford that.
Yeah, no, at that point in time, that's an all-star starting lineup.
That's literally the all-star starting lineup. Yeah,
that's the Avengers of fucking the NBA.
The cap didn't work, and they didn't want to drop one of the two of them. They didn't want to drop Bosh and leave him hanging.
Oh no, God.
Hey, Bosh by himself was filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, people forget, man. Bosh was a buckets.
Him and LaMarcus Aldridge, dudes. People forget about them. They were buckets. They both dropped 50 easy.
People be forgetting that, man. Because LaMarcus Aldridge had like the quiet 50 games. Like,
dude, he dropped 50 like 3 years ago.
No. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he had the quiet 50.
Nah, I know. You would never know.
Like, you would never, like, they don't really make it a big deal.
He was a 90s player. He was getting the block, hit that mid-range.
Yeah. He was a bucket. He's been an all-star for a while.
Yeah, I just think.
He's also in Portland, too. Portland gets
him and Dame together.
Oh, man. So,
Dame,
let me ask y'all this question. Do y'all want to be a gangster?
You know,
your boy Ja.
I'm not on Instagram.
I want to be Ja.
Yeah,
bro. You heard he might get a 50-game suspension because the gun was on the plane, bro.
Wait a minute,
it just piles on.
I seen that.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Because
Denver laws.
They put it all together, right? He has the gun on live. They're like, oh well, Where was he? Oh, Denver. They have a plane. Oh, they went back to Memphis.
They were on a road trip.
Connect the dots.
Oh,
he was on a plane with a gun. That's not even just NBA. That's like federal type shit. So he might be fucked. He might be fucked. Like actually.
So like, let me go on this rant right quick because I feel like let me just look at the camera because this is gonna be a serious moment. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have experience playing in the NBA. I'm not like a Division I athlete. I'm not gonna speak on it because I don't have no experience at that level. But the one thing I can say, as somebody that grew up with friends in that environment and then growing up in an environment like that, I don't like when people that grew up in like suburbs or you come from a 2-parent household, loving family, everybody loves you, and you get a couple dollars, you get millions of dollars, and then all of a sudden you act like you somebody that you're not. Like, be real with yourself, because I don't like people glorifying something that they are not. Especially we in the media, where especially and you're a black man. As a black man, you shouldn't be out here glorifying all this, because now you're gonna have the media people, especially people that's like who don't watch basketball, and then like they see you have like grills in your mouth, flashing guns. Like, people want to use that stereotype on us, and I don't like how he trying to portray it like it's not a big deal. No, it's a big fucking deal. Like, you need to just stop what you're doing. Just look in the mirror and just look at yourself and just ask yourself, like, is it really all worth it to lose most of your money and get suspended for a season, the rest of the season, because you want to play? Oh, I want to play like play with guns. Show I'm tough, bro. Stop trying to act like somebody you're not, bro. Because it's people that really go through real life situations every day, and they don't want to be in that situation. They will trade places with you in a heartbeat, and you don't appreciate. It look like you don't appreciate where you are in your career, bro. Because you ask anybody that's on the street right now, ask them, do you want to get $200 million, over $200 million paid as a basketball player in the Nike deal, or do you want to be a guy that flashing guns and lasers at buses and potentially losing all your money and being suspended indefinitely from the league? They're gonna look at you like you crazy. Like, I'm taking $200 million Nike deal and be a basketball player. But that's just me just going on my little rant, because I just dislike the whole Ja Morant situation. I just feel like the shit's childish. I feel like, he just need to grow up. And that's where
Agree.
you just need to grow up and mature. Because I think after this incident, I think he's going to be open-minded, because you flashing guns now, but then always remember, somebody always told me, the energy you put out in the world, is the energy always come back to you. So you just got to be careful, man.
Yeah, I mean, Nike just gives him his deal. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull it.
Powerade too.
Yeah. He's supposed to be a role model for a franchise, for young
I feel like
people in that community, and he's just out there, honestly, just making an ass of himself.
And it's not a good situation, because like, not only like you're an NBA player, but it's already like a future draft NBA draft pick that might be losing his draft status. It might be not even playing basketball in the professional leagues, because his name is involved in the crime where it end up somebody being killed. So like, that's the worst scenario that I don't want Ja to be in, where you trying to play all fake gangster and stuff, and then somebody around you actually kill somebody and they link you to them. And now
your career's over.
Your career is over now, because you want to be involved with the wrong crowd. Like, you just need to separate yourself, man. If you're going to take time away to figure out things, just take time and just, focus on yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not, man.
Agree. I feel like he got a little bit too much confidence, and he felt like, oh, I'm invisible, I can do whatever I want. And then there's where you learn lesson number one in life.
Maturity, man.
Because he grew up, like you said, in a nice suburb area, played for a private school, played AAU ball, had a 2-parent household, got pretty much whatever he wanted as a kid, I'm assuming. Got a free ride to Murray State. You know, he got everything handed to him, and then he's just gonna do some dumb shit like that to ruin it all, not just for himself but for his family.
Yeah, man.
Your son's out there playing professional ball. That's awesome.
Yeah,
as a parent.
At the end of the day, man, you have a whole daughter, man. Like
exactly, that's another thing.
You just gotta keep grinding for her, man. Like, don't jeopardize the opportunity to, make sure she good for life just because you wanna act like you tough to people that probably look at you and be like, bro, you just a regular guy. Plus, TikToks was funny. The memes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
TikTok was not playing. They had the 8 Mile.
The internet never plays, bro. They never play.
They had the 8 Mile rap battle. I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. They was going at
that was
him.
obviously
like
going to be used.
Oh, yeah.
And he deactivated all his social media. I'm like, yeah, bro, ain't never coming
good.
back.
No, he like needs to generally like take a break, sit down with the role models in his life.
I just want to understand it's
like,
not hard.
Come on.
Like,
well, let me ask you guys this question. Do y'all think, social media plays a big role in affecting like these
absolutely.
athletes?
Yeah. Absolutely.
100%.
Because, like, I always think, like, when a lot of people be killing athletes on social media, like, do you ever think, like, these athletes really be affected by what's seen on social media about them?
Some of them
absolutely
definitely care. A lot of them definitely care. Some of them just genuinely don't. They just go about their business, play their sport, make their money. But you see a lot of them, they take it very seriously.
Ja's one of them.
Yeah, he's on. Without social media, he's not on IG Live with a gun, and he probably wasn't in trouble right now. He'd be playing tomorrow without social media.
Yeah, man. It's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate seeing how the situation went, because I feel like he could have just avoided all the drama.
He could have.
Oh, yeah.
All the drama.
Easily.
Yeah.
But get back on the good side of things. I'm going to be honest. Something about KD in the Suns uniform, I still got to get adjusted to that.
He was hooping yesterday, though.
He was.
Yo,
he is so efficient. It's crazy. It's just he's just awesome to watch as a basketball fan.
I think
because you can't guard him. Like, what are you gonna do? He just shoot over you.
Yeah. He's just like a 7-foot guy with mad handles, and he can shoot. Like, he's just dangerous.
Right, and they beat a good team. The Mavericks aren't no joke. So Luka, you see D Book?
Yeah. At the end of the game.
That was D Book. And Luka was like, "Stop talking shit when there's 0.3 seconds left," or something like that.
The fact that D Book really be talking,
bro, exactly. After getting shit on last year,
they've been going back and forth.
But come on, as D Book, bro, it's not a playoff series. No. Y'all got shit on last time you played. Like, not even close. Like, Luka single-handedly outscored them in the first half by himself. Yeah. Like, you can't be talking. You have nothing to say. Just take a step back.
Take your win and
you got to win, because Luka missed an easy layup, which Luka doesn't do very often. He was having a rough shooting day yesterday.
Yeah.
He was getting all of his points from the line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, KD was just cooking.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, look at Jared. Jared's out there.
Yes,
he is. Jared. Hey, he look happy.
He does look happy. He's got class tonight, though, right?
Yeah, he do. He got to come in class with y'all tonight. Guys, fans, let me tell you guys, I started becoming a hockey fan. This past weekend, I went to 2 of Sacred Heart hockey games. Mm-hmm. The first game they won on Friday. Second game they played like shit. The third game, let me not shit on them like that.
I mean,
that's what I was told. That's what I was told. I was told the second game they didn't play too good.
I mean, how bad was
it? The third game, I'm gonna be honest. The first half, we was killing Niagara. Second period, it was like, okay, we got punched in the face a little bit, but we gonna redeem ourselves. Mm-hmm. Third period, it was just like, somebody was just getting thrown. Somebody just didn't want to play no more.
Unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, but hopefully, these guys can, enjoy the off season, get back in the weight room, and have another good season next year.
Yeah,
hockey's a great sport to watch in person.
Yo,
the
board check. When I was
the board checks are
like,
awesome.
I was getting excited.
You gotta go to a pro game.
Yeah, you gotta go to MSG. I've been to a Rangers game. You gotta go.
No, the Rangers games are hype. Like, the Rangers games, I would say, are more hype than Knicks games.
So we gonna make this a trip?
I'll go to a Rangers game.
Because I would definitely go.
Sure. I mean, I just won on my FanDuel bet the other day, so I got money to win.
We gotta see. I gotta see what tickets looking like, and then we can chat. We can chat about it.
Tickets probably marked up a little bit because they made their trades.
Yeah,
they're on a playoff
They're
push.
overpricing that. Like, oh, that's crazy.
But
Well, they got Patrick Kane now. So.
MSG on Rangers when they're winning, I would say is 100% more hype than the Knicks games when they're winning. 100%.
It's because Knicks fans know that they have
I
no
ain't
hope
gonna
to
lie,
win anything.
That's something that's on my bucket list. I definitely want to go to Madison Square Garden to see the Knicks play.
It's awesome.
I've been a few times.
It is awesome.
I mean, I went back when Melo and Porzingis was there.
Oh, I know that.
So did I, actually.
Porzingis, bro, he looks so much bigger in person. Like, I can't put it into
7'3".
words.
He just
7'3" is big.
I saw Giannis in person, bro. Crazy. Even from where I was sitting, I was up like level 200. I was at the Eastern Conference semis last year.
Nice.
For game 1. Giannis had a triple-double against the Celtics. And they won. It's crazy. Tatum had a good game.
Yeah, 2 of my classmates, Rufo and Aaron Such, they was working at the playoff game, and they was at the Celtics. I was like, yo, how was it? They was like, yo, some of these guys is really tall. I'm like, damn, it's crazy.
No, I saw KD in person this year. When he was on Brooklyn, I saw him play the Celtics. He's like so skinny, yet so tall. It just looks so unorthodox. And then he just goes and cooks someone.
It's just so weird because him and Giannis are the same weight.
Oh no, like when you see him, he takes a step and his leg bends so weird. You think he's gonna like break his leg.
That's why he gets hurt so much because
it looks so weird.
His legs are just so it's like not
4K again. 4K again.
Yo, y'all gonna keep.
We got this man on back-to-back episodes in 4K.
That's crazy. Come on, man. Y'all gonna let me cook. Y'all gonna let me cook. Well, she got a whole boyfriend. Let me
this man's cooking.
That's crazy.
Just talk about something else.
Yeah, just go straight to basketball.
I know who it was. Let's just go.
Yeah, all right, but wait. Ain't Major League MLB spring training's happening?
Spring training's been exciting.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What teams y'all think gonna be exciting?
I got a question for you after that, but go ahead.
Oh snap! What team y'all think gonna be exciting this year?
Like a surprise team, or just teams that I think are gonna be good in general?
I would say surprise team.
Surprise team. I would love to see the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are gonna have a really good year.
They still have Goldie.
They have Goldschmidt, who's just won MVP last year. Arenado, who was second in MVP.
Goldie is a beast, bro.
He
is such a beast.
No, he is aged so well.
He's older too, and he's like what 35, 36?
Yeah, he's 36,
and he won MVP last year.
They got improved pitching staff. They got a couple prospects coming up. I think the Cardinals will be really good. They're my breakout team. Though they were okay last year. I think they're gonna win their division.
What do you think about Miami?
Miami.
They just had a Cy Young.
Yeah, Sandy Alcantara is really good. They've always had a good pitching staff. Their problem has always been hitting. Ever since they traded Stanton and Yelich, they have not found great hitting.
It's facts.
They're in a tough division. I think they're probably the 3rd or 4th team in the division. I don't know if Miami's gonna be that great.
I only asked that because like Derek Jeter's down there and he's like, trying to rebuild it. And
I think he left.
Did he?
If I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, that was quick.
He was in their front office for a while. He would trade everyone away for prospects. They weren't really building to win.
I remember when he called my job one day.
Derek Jeter?
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Nah, story time. So
yeah, we need that.
So this one I was working with the minor league baseball team down in Charleston, West Virginia. Shout out to the Charleston Dirty Birds. They were formerly known as the West Virginia Power at the time when I was working for them. And this was in 2018 when they were looking for new affiliates. And every game throughout the season, this is when we were still a Pirates affiliate. But at the time, my GM was like going down the list of like teams that was like potentially going to be our affiliate. Okay, it was the Dodgers, the Marlins.
Was it double or single? Or
single A.
Single, okay.
Single A.
So high A probably?
Low A.
Low
A. This is before they cut all the teams in minor league baseball. And at the time, they was looking for affiliates. So some guy called on the phone. Was like, hey, is Tim Mueller in? And I was like, yeah, Mass was calling. He was like, just say Derek is on the phone for him from the Marlins. So, all right. So, I ain't put 2 and 2 together. I ain't put 2 and 2 together at the moment. So, I send the call to us as GM. So they talking business. So then my roommate was like, wait a minute. "Do you say Derek?" I'm like this. Yeah, he's from the Miami Marlins. He's like, "You know that was Derek Jeter, right?" I'm over here like,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
That's crazy.
No, it's just crazy, bro. Like,
That's
imagine like,
awesome.
no, it's just like you would never think like
Nah, you
you would
wouldn't.
meet certain people like in person. Like, it's crazy. I think some athletes I'll probably be, probably be like a little starstruck seeing them in person, but then I'll probably be like, oh, probably say what's something though. Like,
Yeah,
what's up,
yeah.
bro?
I mean, that's one of the guys. I definitely see him in person. I would just forget how to speak. Like he's got that level of star power
I was
in baseball, at least.
I'm about to say, I think the most famous people I met, it was not even in sports. It was in music. It was the MMG camp when Wale, Meek Mill, Rick Ross.
Ooh.
Like, I
Some
remember
big
seeing him in
names.
person because it was in downtown Portsmouth. That's like the nice area where they had a nice hotel. And I was down in the waterfront with my homegirl, her boyfriend's sister, and her cousin. And then, her boyfriend was like, called the phone, was like, yo, we just seen cashing out. He was like, what? So we went there, we missed cashing out. For some reason I looked up, it was some short dude with some shoes I ain't never seen. And I looked up, it was Wale. I was like, oh.
Wale.
I was like, Wale, you love about the more about nothing mixtape. Because by far, more about nothing mixtape is the best. And he was like, thank you, appreciate it. I felt love. I was like, oh my God. This girl, boyfriend, sister loses her fucking mind. I've never seen a man haul ass straight to the elevator. I was mad. I was like, damn, I was gonna get my autograph by Wale. Like, you had to fuck it up. Then we went outside. Then we walked outside. Rest in peace, Snoop. Lil Snoop, because this is when Snoop was alive, and this is when we see on Melly, Meek Mill. Meek Mill tall as a bitch.
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, he's 6'4",
Yeah,
6'4",
6'4", yeah.
I'm like, damn, he tall. So I'm like, damn, he tall. They was out there, limousine, all his Philly people was out there.
Uzi.
Then we went back in the hotel. Ross had the shirt off. He really sounds like he on the songs. He really sounds like he's
He don't even sing. He just speaks.
He's like, yo, appreciate the love. I'm about to go to my hotel, just rest, man. I had a good show. I was like, damn, dog.
Rick Ross.
So that was a starstruck moment. Nobody didn't believe me when I went back to school that Monday. I was like, bro, I just seen these guys. Like, it's crazy. Like,
That is crazy.
Ridiculous. So, yeah, man. Just off topic, man. Some story moments of starstruck moments I had. But anyway, y'all have any starstruck moments?
Nah, man. I've never been lucky enough to meet a celebrity, unfortunately.
Man.
I've been around a lot of them at like basketball games or concerts, but never actually shook a celebrity's hand before, which I don't know.
I know
whatever.
My cousin went to the Dorian Finney like luncheon or dinner when they had back home in Portsmouth, and he met Mark Cuban.
Damn.
I was like, wow, that's pretty dope, man.
Mark Cuban, bro, that's sick.
I was like, bro.
That was when Dorian was on the Mavs, I'm assuming.
Yeah, man. It was just this past year, actually. That's crazy. Just this past year.
Mark Cuban's got to be a sick guy to meet, though. He's definitely a chill guy.
I would.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, cause I be watching like everything they do in the day, and then like I watch his video, I'm like, damn, it's actually a pretty fucking cool guy.
Mm.
Like being the owner of the team, I'm like, yo, if I was the owner of an NBA team, what would y'all do? Wait, what team would y'all want to own if y'all was the owner of a team? Like, what franchise y'all would
own? Probably for any sport.
For any sport.
It'd be kind of cool to just like I don't know, like I feel like Phoenix would be kind of cool to live in because you have to consider areas. I wouldn't want to own the Jets just because like screw that. I wouldn't want to own my favorite. That's an obscure pick like Phoenix.
Yeah, if I didn't have to pick a favorite team, I'd probably pick somewhere with a nicer climate.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably own the Atlanta Braves.
That's a cool team.
I would own the Atlanta Braves. Just
great history.
Just some about like the iconic Braves. Like you just think about the history and the legacy and all that. It's just it's pretty dope.
They've had some great players.
Yeah.
Chipper.
They were great in the 90s, early 2000s. They're not great. They were dominant.
They fumbled the bag with Freddie Freeman though, big time.
They definitely
that was the agent.
True, but
the
still
agent screwed all that up for everyone because the Braves came in last second with an offer to match the Dodgers, but the agent didn't tell him and he wanted Freddie to leave.
Yeah.
So, like,
They got a solid squad now. They got
they're really good.
Ozzy Albies, right? He's still there.
Yeah.
Dansby, is he still there?
He just went to Chicago.
Oh, that's right. He did get traded.
He signed a nice big contract. The Cubs, I don't know if they'll be great, but they did sign a few people. They signed Bellinger. Signed a few.
Bellinger. Cody Bellinger. He was good.
He fell off quick.
He did fall off hard.
Really quick.
But he was good a couple of years ago.
He was an MVP.
Man. But before we end this podcast, man, y'all got any last words for the fans or last words, last sporting quotes that y'all want to get off? Hot takes, because you know for some hot takes over here.
Yeah, I mean, I got my Mikal hot take in. I'll get my hot take about the Knicks. I think by the end of the season, the Knicks will overtake the Cavs for fourth place.
I agree with that.
God.
That's not even. I agree with that too.
I just hope y'all lose in the first round so we can get another episode.
Oh my God,
another episode you ranting about the Knicks again.
No, why? Don't be hating on it. Don't be hating on the Knicks, bro.
You know what's so funny? Like before we go any further, I just love how I don't have a favorite NBA team. I'll be shitting on everybody else's team. I'll be fucking with Isaiah. I'll be like, yeah.
I mean,
Isaiah, the Lakers are going nowhere
Kings
fast.
at 4. Kings at 5, like yeah.
Well, he's not really a Lakers fan. He's
to be fair,
fan.
the Lakers did win the other night against the Warriors with Steph and without LeBron and D'Lo. So
LeBron James.
LeBron, when he comes back, who even knows when he's going to come back at this point?
We don't know.
They need him badly. They need him badly because they're playing. They got a tough schedule. But hot take from me: Jets are going to draft a quarterback.
I like it. I'm not against it.
But it's not gonna be like Richardson.
Second and third round.
Yeah.
Like a Hendon Hooker-ish.
A later pick. We're gonna try but then we sign someone else too. I feel like we signed like Jimmy G, but we also draft someone. Because we lost out on Carr, so
yeah.
Rogers, who even knows about him? He's probably still in his freaking dark room.
Doing
drugs.
Yeah.
But I feel like the most realistic situation for us to end up in would be getting Rodgers and drafting a rookie. That's how I feel now. Now that we lost out on Carr, because Woody wants.
Oh, he wants.
I bet you in that Carr meeting, we're gonna go back to that for a little bit. I bet you in that meeting, Woody just he didn't really sell it because he was saving it for Rodgers.
I saw a thing that said Derek Carr felt like the second choice girlfriend or something.
Oh yeah,
exactly. So he's saving the good pitch for Rodgers.
Yeah.
He knows that he's not the main option. He's the side chick, and he feels that. And he says, "He goes, I'm not gonna be the side chick, and I'm gonna stick it to Woody."
Come on, Woody, stop treating the other quarterbacks as side chicks.
Did we not say it? He's gonna fuck it up. And he did.
It's just Woody, man. They shouldn't even be allowed him to meet with anyone.
He's gonna watch. He'll save his good pitch for Rodgers.
Oh, he'll be on his knees.
And then he'll literally be on his knees. Rodgers will be like, my bad, I already signed with the Panthers. They gave me more money or something like that. And then we're gonna end up with Carson Wentz as our starter next year.
So sad how realistic that
is. What would be my hot take?
It is so realistic. It's so sad.
Didn't the Padres re-sign Machado?
Yeah, 11-year deal.
All right, so my hot take is I think the Padres might legit make a playoff run.
They should. Look at their roster.
I think because Tatis be back.
They got him in the outfield though. He looks so bad in the field. He'll hit. In the outfield, bro, he dropped 2 balls in his first game.
Yeah, but their team is so good that they should they should be a World Series.
I think the Padres might make a World Series. That's my hot take, just based off what's on paper.
Yeah, no, it can happen.
That's my hot take.
Well, you know how that usually goes. The best team on paper never wins.
But that's a hot take for a reason.
I mean, it's still the Astros. They're still the favorite.
The Astros are so good.
Yeah,
they're annoying.
Yeah, long they on Ville take me doing my signals that we'd be good.
Yeah, I mean they did have a 38-year-old Justin Verlander win Cy Young. So
Professor
Lauren. All right, but thank you for joining us for episode 9.
Yeah,
episode 9 of the Sports Aces podcast. As you see below, follow us on our Instagram, our TikTok, YouTube, subscribe, and follow us on our Twitter page. And, if you want us to have a guest up here or you want to see a guest up here, definitely give us a, shout out on the DM, TikTok, or just hit us up, man, if y'all want to see a guest come up here next week. Because, you might have one. And before we get off, we definitely got to give a big shout out because, shout out to the women's basketball team for being the second seed in the NEC conference tournament.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Nasir Pryor for winning NEC Player of the Year, NEC Defensive Player of the Year, NEC Rookie of the Year, and NEC First Team,
everything
and
NEC
Rookie Team as a freshman, and she's the first ever in NEC history to win all 3 big accolades. So, we gotta give a big shout out to that. Oh, yeah. And of course, we gotta give a big shout out to our sponsor, Hometown Worldwide. If you want to find some good merchandise, just be tuned into our website at www.hometownworldwide.com. Check us out for your t-shirts and hoodie apparel. Mm-hmm. We'll be dropping a new collection coming soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Anthony here, Tom. I'm Chris Ortega, and thank you for tuning in to the Sport Aces podcast. And we see you next week.